What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your big homie, Big Bad, and this is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast, man. Oh my God, oh my God, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this one tonight. I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all got your britches on. Come. I hope you come ready to deal with the truth and not your racial racism. I hope you come prepared for reality and not racism because we're dealing in reality tonight. No racism, straight reality. Let's get straight to it. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm about to play my song Shut It Down. I don't know if y'all never heard this one. This is one of my little powerful songs, man. I'm just something different tonight, man. Let's go, man. We got to shut this bullshit down. Let's go. Let's shut this bullshit down. It's your big homie, Big Betty. Let's go. Hold on. Payday. Oh, shit. Stop. Hold on. Hold on. Let me send this to my let me send this. Let me share this thing real quick. Hold on. Let me share this live. What's good, y'all? Let me share this live real quick. Hold on. Give me a 10 seconds, man. Boom, 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 boom. What's good? What's up, Rebecca? What's good? Let me share this thing real quick. Hold on. Give me 10 seconds. Hold on. I gotta share this shit. I gotta share this one. I usually don't share these, but I gotta share this one. Okay. See, all right, that's it. All right, we ready. Okay, boom. So let's get to it, man. I hope everybody's ready. I hope y'all are tapped in and tuned in and ready for a good show. I got one ready for us, and I pray to God that you got your thinking cap on and not your hatred cap, because I don't want nobody to get lost in the transmission of what I'm about to do. But we got to talk about this bull crap, this racism stuff, man. Rainy day in Texas, that's what's up. I got family in Texas, man. I got family in Texas. Let's get to it. Salute everybody in the building. Y'all hit that like button. Get ready, man. It's gonna be one of them ones. Hit that like button when you come in here. Do not come in here on no fluky shit. Hit that like button, man. Please. Let's go. Baby. Hold on. All right, let's go.
It's your motherfucking boy, Payday. Payday. Hands in the air, feet on the ground, smoke everywhere. We gon' shut that shit down. We got dope on the table, money on the ground, hoes everywhere. We gon' shut that shit down, nigga. Hey, we gon' take over the world, nigga, town by town. Watch me shut that shit down, nigga. Hey, we gon' take over the world, nigga, town by town. Watch me shut that shit down, nigga. Shut that shit down like I'm supposed to. I hope God bless me like he blessing you. Cause the lessons that I need to know is next to you. And I'ma hit the nigga up and the nigga next to you. What's the proof? What's the new? Every move I make is true. Niggas ain't fake as fuck, that's why I stay fucking true. Baby, more time, I'ma drop and I'm bomb. Niggas know my name, nigga, ring bells like Saddam. Nigga, I'm crime, spell crime well, crime tales. Nigga, sell my crime tales very well, nigga. Catch my minds in a fucking shell, nigga. That's why I smoke so much, just to say shell, nigga. Keep my fucking sanity.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's time to shut this shit down. This your big homie, Big Bad, and we getting straight to it, man. We getting straight to it. I hope everybody's tuning in. I hope the ones that tune in remain tuned in, because I got something very important. We got so much crap going on, and I was not going to deal with this. I was trying my best to avoid this crap. I was trying my best to avoid. I'm a Cancer, man. I'm a Cancer. I was trying my best to avoid this racial bull crap that I got to deal with tonight, because we got racism brewing up right in front of our face. And the racism that's brewing up, a lot of people can't understand it, because if you don't know what racism is, if you're not understanding of racism and historically understanding of life, you might have a hard time. You got your Virgo facts. You might have a hard time picking up on what I'm about to show you. But most Americans and most people right now in the world totally understanding what's going on. So I wasn't gonna talk about this shit, man, because like I said, I was trying my best to mind my business, because I'm a black man. I ain't got nothing to do with the Charlie Kirk situation, right? As a black man, we don't have anything to do with Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, because he lost his life, and that's terrible. It's tragic. But as a black man, it has nothing to do with us, because black people had nothing to do with his assassination. And black people don't run around being hateful and just spewing hatred. Black people might be a little rough around the edges, but we don't run around spewing hatred. So I got to show y'all something that was said at Charlie Kirk's memorial / vigil. First and foremost, that Charlie Kirk memorial was like a Charlie Kirk ritual. First and foremost, because yes, he was a big public figure. But this man got a whole stadium, a whole big stadium. And I'm not against it. I'm not against him having his memorial in the stadium, because he was a big, powerful man, I guess, in the world. Now, let me say this. What that was bigger than what the eyes could see. That whole situation was way bigger than the eyes can see, and I tried my best to not even talk about it, because, like I said, this Charlie Kirk situation has nothing to do with black people. It wasn't carried out by blacks. Black people aren't. You got a few black people who are spewing some dumb crap and some hatred, but that's very few. And so for the very few who talk crap about a dead man, which you should never talk bad about a dead man. For the very few who talk about bad about the dead, they are trash people too, because you don't really not supposed to talk down about the dead. You die for dissing the dead. That's why a lot of people lose their lives every day in the hood and in our communities as well, talking down about the dead. You don't diss the dead. So first and foremost, rest in peace to the man, and condolences to everybody, man, who lost somebody. Not just him, everybody who lost somebody, because it's not fair to lose somebody, especially in an untimely matter like a murder or violent crime. So I give salute to Charlie Kirk's family, and I give condolences to all the people in America who lost people from the beginning of America to now. So Charlie Kirk and everybody who's passed away in America, especially for political reasons, God bless all y'all, man. From the Martin Luther Kings, from the Malcolm X's, to the Charlie Kirks, to all of them. God bless all of them, first and foremost. Because I don't have no hate in my heart towards anybody white or Charlie Kirk or anybody, but we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this shit situation that was. We got to talk about this fucking situation. We got to talk about what was said at Charlie Kirk's memorial, and I'm going to play the clip. So it was this bald head white guy named Stephen Miller. I don't know what he does as far as politics goes. I don't know what he does, and I'm not against him, but there's a bald head guy named Stephen Miller, and I'm going to play what he said. And this is very serious, so I got to play this shit. Pure racism, pure bigotry, and underlying hatred. Let's go.
See Erica and her strength. When I see Erica and her strength and her courage, I'm reminded of a famous expression. The storm whispers to the warrior,
that you cannot withstand my strength. And the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Erica is the storm. We are the storm. And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve, our passion. Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us. You cannot slow us. You cannot stop us. You cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because our children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing, nothing. To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share, but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength. We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation, and we will defend this world. We will defend goodness, we will defend light, we will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us, you cannot frighten us, you cannot threaten us, because we are on the side of goodness. We are on the side of God.
All right, I got to play that, and I'm going to break that shit all the way the fuck down, and we're going to go statement for statement on this very, very powerful racial bigot speech. First and foremost, I'm going to break down the racism, because people say, oh, that's not racism. He didn't say anything about race. Yeah, he did. Now we're going to break it all the way down, and then I'm going to show you how these are all lies he spewed. He's spewing nothing but hate and lies. He's spewing disdain for trying to keep these people going and keep this republic alive when they know their days are numbered. And I'm not against this republic. I am not against the American government. What I'm saying is you cannot perpetuate hate for generation upon generation upon generation and think you're going to be fine and dandy. Let's go.
When I see Erica and her strength and her courage, I'm reminded of a famous expression. The storm whispers to the warrior that you cannot withstand my strength. And the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Erica is the storm. We are the storm. And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve, our passion. Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens.
He said, our lineage and our legacy. So there we go right there. It's racial. It's a racial thing. This is not about anything but racism. This is about keeping whatever this type of false supremacy that they believe is going. They believe in keeping that shit going. This is literally, he said, our lineage. Lineage. That means racial creed. Your heritage. He's talking pure heritage, not personal beliefs, not what you believe in, not American beliefs, nothing of American beliefs. He's talking about racial beliefs. Racial. He made it straight and took it straight to race. Lineage. Now let's go. Let me rewind about 4 seconds back, and we're gonna let it go.
Hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the...
And there we have another lie. He said the Romans, his ancestors built this and built that, and they built this and built that. I'm gonna break that shit down in just a few seconds. They didn't build shit. These people are stole, lied, cheated, destroyed, and pushed pure hatred to get what they have in this world right now. Let's go.
Shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light.
And that right there is what I want to talk about. He said it pulled us out of the caves and into the light. So they know they're coming from the cave. They know they're cavemen. He just admitted that they're cavemen. He just admitted that this is for their lineage and that they came out of the caves from the darkness to the light. So first and foremost, he admitted that they're cavemen. He admitted that this is about heritage and lineage. This ain't but nothing about race. So right there, this is racism. So they don't want to return back to the cave. They'll do anything to stay out of them caves. They'll do anything from being the lesser class man again, because they did not want black people. They didn't like it when black people were the upperclassmen of the planet. They did not like it when we were the rulers of the planet. So they'll do anything to keep from going back to that state. And this shows you it's a desperate plight for their survival. No, because this is where it is. Because this is what's going on. This is what he's saying. I don't have to. I just understand. Now let's go. I'm going to show you what's going on. I'm going to show you what's going on. Please understand. Hold up.
The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces.
The light will defeat the dark. The light will defeat the dark. He didn't say darkness. He didn't say light. The light will defeat darkness. The light will he didn't say none of that. He said the light will defeat the dark. So he basically is saying white people will defeat the dark people. And how big is it? How evil is a statement is that? How inflammatory is it to say that? How inflammatory is it to say some shit like that? What if I said the black will beat the white? The darkness would beat the white, will beat the light. That doesn't even sound right. That's racism. I don't promote anti anybody else at the detriment. I don't promote my culture at the detriment of anybody else's. I don't never do that. That's racism. And now we have it. Modern day racists are able to promote racism live in the flesh over in a fucking stadium. No, we ain't gonna talk now. Let's go. Let's show y'all let's show you the facts. Because I don't even want to talk about that no more. I don't care about let's go. See, they say we come from huts. They like to say we come from huts and this and that. Let's go. Let me show them where we come from.
But the Greeks got their civilization from the Egyptians, and the Egyptians were black people. And the Greeks passed their civilization on to the Romans. They couldn't retain it. They lost it. They had a dark age, but the Greeks got their civilization from the Egyptians, and the Egyptians were black people. And the Greeks passed their civilization on to the Romans. They couldn't retain it. They lost it. They had a dark age.
Okay, now, no. We're gonna. Oh, the black people got huts.
Europe was drowning in filth, disease, and ignorance until African Muslims saved them. Europe was in the Dark Ages, literally. No sanitation, no education, no medicine. Then the Moors came. These black Muslim scholars from North Africa brought science, math, medicine, engineering, and even the concept of bathing. That's right, they had to teach Europeans how to wash themselves. The Moors ruled Spain for 700 years, building universities, libraries, and surgical centers while Europeans were still living in filth. But after they were kicked out, Europe stole their knowledge and erased them from history. The Moors didn't just visit, they built modern Europe, and they don't want you to know it. Europe was drowning in filth, disease, and ignorance until African Muslims saved them. Europe was in the Dark Ages, literally. No sanitation, no education, no medicine. Then the Moors came. These black Muslim scholars from North Africa brought science, math, medicine, engineering, and even the concept of bathing. That's right, they had to teach Europeans how to wash themselves. The Moors ruled Spain for 700 years, building universities, libraries, and surgical centers while Europeans were still living in filth. But after they were kicked out, Europe stole their knowledge and erased them from history. The Moors didn't just visit, they built modern Europe, and they don't want you to know it. Europe was drowning.
We ain't gonna keep, hold on, we ain't done. I'm not done. I'm not nowhere near done. We're not nowhere near done. We're gonna keep it going.
To understand what happened with Italy and Africa, you would have to understand the Punic Wars that began about 200, 300 BC, when they first came in contact with these Africans. When you're dealing with Carthage or Carthage, you're dealing with Hannibal. Okay, and his father, Hannibal, and his father that fought the Italian forces. In Tunisia, you also have an African nation in Morocco known as the Numidians, who are Africans. There's war going on between these Africans. And the Carthaginians, related to the Phoenicians, are mistreating the Numidians. The Romans come in and defeat the Africans. They divided and conquered the Numidians and the Carthaginians. They took advantage of us fighting amongst ourselves. To understand what happened with Italy and Africa, you would have to understand the Punic Wars that began about 200, 300 BC, when they first came in contact with these Africans. When you're dealing with Carthage or Carthage, you're dealing with Hannibal, okay, and his father, Hannibal, and his father that fought the Italian forces. In Tunisia, you also have an African nation in Morocco known as the Numidians, who are Africans. There's war going on between these Africans. And the Carthaginians, related to the Phoenicians, are mistreating the Numidians. The Romans come in and defeat the Africans. They divided and conquered the Numidians and the Carthaginians. They took advantage of us fighting amongst ourselves.
So this is why you're never supposed to fight amongst yourself. Because when you're fighting amongst yourself, you can get divided and conquered. When you're in the family fighting, your mother and your father and the family fighting, and the neighbors hear it, all it takes is that man from that other house to say, baby, you ain't got to go through that shit if you was with me, baby. I'll treat you right. Next thing you know, that nigga next door is fucking your mom. You don't supposed to fight your family. Families, like my father always told me, nobody wins when family fights. Nobody wins when family fights. So we're not supposed to be fighting amongst each other. And the reason why they're talking this shit like we have nothing, we ain't got nothing, we ain't shit and all this is because we're busy fighting each other right now. We're busy at war with each other because of we're fighting over shitty money that's worthless. We're fighting over useless money. We're fighting over useless territory that's not ours. We're fighting over tribal wars that have nothing to do with nothing. We're fighting over bloodshed that has something to do with something, but that's a really only thing. And then I'm gonna be honest, we need to stop shedding each other's blood because we are not the enemy. These people are self-professing that they're the enemy of darkness, and that is fucking racism. That is pure racism. Now let's get back to the racist bigot so I can break him all the way down. First and foremost, they talking about we ain't built nothing. Black people built the whole world. From the earliest temples, from the earliest pyramids and cathedrals and castles, all of it was built by Africans, Moors, Phoenicians, Babylonians, and the likes of those. Everything was done by Africans. Everything. Most of the great inventions that we use today were created by Africans. The internet was created by an African. The light bulb was created by an African. Most of the great inventions on this planet Earth were created by African. We're not supposed to be fighting each other. We're supposed to be standing beside, holding each other's hands, preparing for whatever's to come in our way. Because nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to save us. But they're coming by the legion, they're pushing their people to attack us in mass. Let's fucking go. They're promoting and pushing their people to stand up and rise up while they're telling us we ain't got shit and you ain't shit, never gonna be shit. Racism. Pure racism.
Courage. I'm reminded of a famous expression.
No, I'm going past that.
Of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the...
And let me say this. Like I tell everybody, nobody's really racist like that because, well, no, people are racist. But let me say this. Everybody on the planet was black. We all started on this planet as black melanated people, everybody. But environmental change happened. The breakup of Pangea happened and the land masses shifted into the different continents. Some people got shifted up when that big asteroid or bomb or nuclear bomb, whatever you want to call it, when that big bomb or asteroid or whatever that was hit Pangea back in the day and killed the dinosaurs off and split up the land masses, when that happened, that changed the whole environment because you had some parts of the landmass went up to the north, and that's where the Antarctic came from, and the northern poles came from. You had some landmass go southern, some landmass shifted to the south, some went east, some went west. So everybody started looking different because the environment started changing. Everybody started looking different because environment. When those black people got caught up in the Caucasus Mountains, back when Pangea happened and the world split in pieces and they got hit with the asteroid, when those black people got trapped up in those Caucasus Mountains, they were black at first, but they lost their pigment after years and generations of living in the caves. Those were black men who lost their pigment in the caves. If you put a bug right now in under a log and leave it under the log and it gets no sun, he will lose all his pigment and his eyes will go blind. I mean, will go blue. He will go blonde skin with blue eyes. And the reason why his eyes become blue is because when you live in the darkness, just like a cat, when you live in the darkness, you need a reflective lens on your eye to reflect any amount of lightness off the dark, so you can be able to see in the dark. This is why white people have blue eyes and blonde hair and things like that. It's because those were some original black people who got trapped up in the Caucasus Mountains and had to survive in the caves for generations upon generations upon generations. This is where people started having to learn how to eat raw meat. This is where this is why a lot of white people still have the taste for medium rare and rare steak. It's because they were in the caves eating that raw meat by force, not by choice. So they developed the taste for steak, for raw meat. This is not a problem. This is a genetic evolution. This is called evolution. They've learned how to just be able to eat raw meat. This is how they had to survive. There was no fire in the caves. See, they didn't, and I'm gonna tell you why a lot of the European people worship bonfires and fires. And a lot of their god is Lucifer, the light bearer. Because when they were in the caves, Lucifer came into the caves. The devil came into the caves and he brought fire with him. And he brought fire into the cave and he showed those people how to use fire. He introduced them to fire. So they're forever thankful to Lucifer for giving them fire, because Lucifer gave them fire, and forever they're thankful for the fire. That's why when the fire comes on, some people just stand there and go, and they love bonfires and burning shit and bonfire, because their God is Lucifer and they're worshiping, they're paying homage to their God. Subliminally, subconsciously, they don't even understand it, but that's what they're doing. No, I'm not in prison. You don't got to be in prison to be free. You don't got to be in prison to learn like this. I'm in my house. Fuck is you talking about? You can't speak like this in prison. You can't smoke cigars in prison. What the fuck is you talking about? Now, they learned how to enjoy that raw meat, and they learned to like it. Now, when Lucifer came in, and I don't get EBT because I don't qualify, dickhead. I make too much money for EBT. And I'm a single father of 3 children, raising 3 children by myself after a marriage. I am not a loser. And I'm a homeschool teacher. And I'm a proud father raising up 3 wonderful, beautiful children by myself, which is not good to be by myself. This is just the system that I'm dealing with, a broken system. Thank you, Take Heed. What's good? What's good? I got a real one up in here. Thank you so much. Now, let me keep telling you the truth. So Lucifer, your Lord and Savior, gave you fire that gave you warmth. It gave you heat. It gave you food. It killed the pestilence and germs in the cave. Do y'all not understand? Caves have pestilence and germs in it, because there's not enough sun. There's not enough heat to kill the pain. I mean, to kill the bacterium. But when you bring light into the cave, now we're talking about a real lifestyle that they could survive in. And these are the people. This is what we're dealing with. This is why they have the ceremony Burning Man every year. This is what we're dealing with. They worship the fire. This is why they have bonfires in their backyard, fire pits in their backyard. They're worshiping their master. They're worshiping their Lord and Savior, the one who brought them the fire. And they should, because he saved them. He brought them the fire. So now let's get to this shit. Let's talk. Let's keep letting this racist bigot put his own lies deeper down his own throat. He's telling so many lies he doesn't even understand. And lights out don't mean shit. You ain't killing nothing, boy. You can't hurt me. Can't nobody hurt me. Only God can take me out. Only God can hurt Big Bad.
Forces of wickedness and evil, they cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us.
This nigga just said they've risen and awakened an army in all of us. So he's trying to invoke the people. Let me block that bitch ass nigga, a hater, a real hater. I would let you stay around, but I'm not. You don't deserve to watch. He's trying to incite his people and saying they're an army. If you had any black leader running around in America saying we got to rise up and make an army, what do you think they would do to us? What do you think the government would do to you if any one of us were saying, hey, black people, let's rise up and start an army? Hey, that's what we should be doing. What do you think what would happen to you if you, as a black leader, said anything like that? What did they do to Fred Hampton? What did they do to Martin Luther, Malcolm X? What did they do? And I'm not saying I'm scared. What I'm saying is exactly, they're trying to start a fucking race war. They're trying their best to start a feud between American people. The sad part about it is, the craziest part about it is, they had his wife forgive the white man who killed him. Peep the fucking play. I'm not fighting anybody. I don't have any problems with white people. I love white people. I don't like racist bigots. I love American people. I just don't like racist bigots. I ain't got no problem with no white people, man. Who the fuck is running around talking about they got problems with white people? Y'all, do y'all remember when Joe Biden's bitch ass came in and when he was the president, when he made it illegal for us to discriminate against Asians and Pacific Islanders? Who the fuck got a problem with an Asian? No, fuck that Jesus said to forgive shit. Fuck that shit, man. First and foremost, that Jesus shit was a lie to enslave Americans. First and foremost, that Jesus shit was a lie to enslave Americans. First and foremost, that Jesus Christ shit is a damn lie to enslave my people. And what this bigot is doing is preaching, he's preaching false Christianity in the name of racial idolatry. He's preaching false Christianity principles in the name of racial bigotry and trying to rally up a whole lineage of fucking people, like he said out of his mouth. First and foremost, listen.
The army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite...
How do you stand for what's good, virtuous, and noble when you enslaved black people for hundreds of years? How do you stand for what's good, virtuous, and noble when you make the laws that lock up thousands of black people every fucking day? How are you righteous, logical, and noble when you make the laws that split up fucking homes? How are you righteous and noble when you don't have no program set up or any equality system set up for anybody other than your people? You ain't righteous, you're evil. And you're promoting more evil. No, ain't no shush. I'm not saying nothing against this man. I'm not no shush. I ain't saying no. I've not said nothing derogatory. I've not said nothing towards hatred. I'm not promoting anybody to do anything bad. I'm showing y'all how they're promoting hate and calling it fucking freedom of speech. But as soon as anybody else speaks against what they're saying, it's considered hate. That's a fucking lie. And we're going to keep it 100 on the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. The people who are profiting, these people like him who profited off of America, profited off the pain, sweat, blood, and slavery of my ancestors, and still are. When you got all these millions of men in jail, mostly black men, and you're making money off of it, you're making money off of my people. So stop the fucking bullshit. They want us to be criminals so they can make mass incarceration. They want us to be criminals so they can come in with their army. They want us to be criminals so they can demonize us and demoralize us and destroy us. They want us to act like criminals. They want us to be killing each other so they can say, look how evil they are. Look what they do to each other. They don't even deserve to live. Look what they do to each other. They want us to do this. We need to rise above. Stop being hooligans. Stop being heathens. Stop selling yourself. Stop selling their drugs. Stop using their drugs. Cut them off. Cut them off. And they still want to fuck with black people, even though we ain't bothering them. But see, if we rise above and stop destroying each other, then we could build something like we always have had. We could make a town like we've always had. We can. And we do have towns. There's towns in Georgia that's all this and all that and whoop-de-doo. Everybody's trying to do something. It's just we're not united on the whole front because we're broken.
Cite violence against us? Those trying to foment hatred against us? What do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness. You are jealousy. You are envy. You are hatred.
Everything he said is what that his ancestors perpetuated to get them to where they're at right now. Everything that he just said is what their ancestors perpetuated to get them where they're at now. You're nothing. You are nothing. You built nothing. You're there. Didn't you just say y'all came out the fucking caves? Didn't you just say y'all came out the fucking caves? So you come from nothing. So don't get it twisted, my dude. Didn't he say you came out the caves and you don't want to go back to that? You come from nothing. You know what it's like. You had to eat your children. You had to do this and whoop-de-doo to survive. And so this is why you don't mind our children going through this. This is why you don't mind putting us through a little bit of pain, because you had to do that shit. And this is not right. We as American citizens only want to go to work, provide. Most of us just want to live. Most of us just want to fucking live. If I had a cave to live in, I would live in there. I just want to be left. We just want to be left alone, bruh. We get poked and prodded from the time we're born to the time we die. Leave us the fuck alone. The sun ain't getting hotter. Those are lies, man. The sun is not getting hotter, man. Those are lies, because I live down south. This shit, it only was hot for 1, 2, 3 weeks out the summer. And I live down south where it's hot at. We had a mild summer this summer. Very mild. We had a very, very mild summer. Very mild summer this summer. They be lying, bro. They be lying. They can make it hot if they want to make it hot. They can make it cold if they want to make it cold. I remember when they were right before ICE came in. Let me tell y'all some real deal shit that happened. Right before ICE started coming to get rid of all the illegal migrants that were here. Right before ICE came to get rid of the illegal migrants here, there was a major ice storm down south that's never been before. Where I live, there hasn't been any ice or snow for decades. And magically, there was a snowstorm that came for the right before the ice raids. And guess what? There was an ice storm right before the ice raids, and it kept the immigrants where they couldn't move around. They ain't never seen snow. They couldn't move the fuck around. They got them froze the streets, froze everybody in position, and came and swooped all them niggas up. And I watched them do it. That shit was crazy. They swooped, they froze this, they turned the weather on, they turned the snow on, gave us down here, down south where I live, they gave us motherfucking 9 inches of snow. We ain't never had 9 inches of snow down south where I'm at. I live in South Carolina. We ain't never had no I live at the beach too, not just South Carolina. I live at the beach. So we have never had 9 inches of snow since probably about the 80s down here. And they got them froze this bitch, locked all them people in place, and came and locked them up. Ironic as hell. I witnessed it, man. And see, this is what people talking about, this and that. There ain't no motherfucking, it ain't hot or cold. They make it what it is. If they left this shit alone, we'll be calm blue skies every day. If they left this shit alone. If they left this shit alone, we'll be calm, clear blue skies every fucking day. They say, oh, it's hurricane season. Whoop, whoop. Oh, it's freezing season. Ooh. Oh, it's summertime. Ooh. Man, y'all better wake up, man. All this shit cap. All this shit cap. All this shit cap. No, I ain't Asian. I'm Black, American, and I'm the worldwide. I'm everything. All this shit cap. This shit cap. Straight Truman Show. Cap. Straight Truman Show. Cap. Straight, and look, straight Truman Show. Let me show y'all what's really going on, man. This shit is sad, man. We're going to keep breaking this shit down. I ain't done with this shit. I ain't done.
You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion.
He just said, niggas gonna get a life to this shit. Is this Jesus? Is Charlie Kirk Jesus now? They deified him just like Jesus. See, all these tactics, they have been using these martyrdom tactics since the days of Jesus Christ in the Bible. They've been martyring us since before the days of Jesus. They've been martyring us. We're not gonna talk shit about nobody, bro. No, we're not gonna talk shit about nobody. Yeah, they're trying to Jesus Christ this man. They're trying to Jesus Christ this man. Let's go. I got real footage to show you, real content. I'm not here to play with y'all and talk to. I'm here to teach.
You cannot defeat us. You cannot slow us. You cannot stop us. You cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us.
Because of what you did to us. Hold on, darkness. There wasn't darkness that did that to y'all. There wasn't darkness that did to y'all. And I'm gonna say this: nothing was done to you. That was done to Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, his soul. Hey, you talking about to y'all? Was nothing done to you. It was a conservative, Christian, Donald Trump supporting man that assassinated Charlie Kirk. A conservative, Christian. I don't know. Well, he wasn't totally a Christian because he had a transgender boyfriend. So we had a Trump supporting transgender boyfriend man who killed Charlie Kirk. So that's another light worker. He don't look like a darkness to me. He's evil. Of course he's evil. But he don't look dark. Far left is, what the fuck is far left is far right? That's more division. Y'all better stop believing in all this division shit. Now you can't be trans and be Christian. No, you cannot. You can't. Because in the Bible, it clearly talks against homosexuality in the Bible. It clearly talks against that in the Bible. I'm not a Christian, nor I'm stopping nobody from doing anything. But you cannot do that and be a Christian. That's not in the Bible. Please understand that. It's not in the Bible. It's in the Bible for man. It's in the Bible for man, woman, and child. That's what's in the Bible. The Holy Trinity. That's what's in the Bible. But let me tell you, y'all following the Bible doesn't mean anything anyway, because what's good? What's good, my bro? It's not, this ain't got nothing to do with black people. I said this at first, and I'm not fighting that. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be.
The dragon you've awakened. The dragon you've awakened. The dragon you've awakened. Look, he said I can't read. I've got thousands of writings. Thousands of writings. Tell me I can't read. I've been writing books since I was a 3-year-old. I've been writing poems and books, and I got movie scripts, and man, stop it. Oh my God. So look, let me show you what's going on. Let me show y'all what's going on. Hold up front. Then I'm going to show you the origins of Christianity. We're going to go there tonight.
To save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because our children...
He said to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. He ain't talking about the country, the government, because there's no government. There's a republic. America is a republic. It's not, man, y'all better wake up and understand where you at and what's going on. And I'm not against this place, bro. I'm born here. I was born here before these people took it over. You know what I'm saying?
Children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing. Nothing. To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share, but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength. We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation, and we will defend this world. We will defend goodness, we will defend light, we will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us. You cannot frighten us. You cannot threaten us. Because we are on the side of goodness. We are on the side of God.
Tell me when you
recognize. So that's what he had to say, right? So are you on the side of God, or are you a very opposite, opposing side of God? Now, I'm questioning this. I have to understand this. I have to understand this, but we're going to get to the bottom of Christianity. Let's talk about where Jesus comes from. Who is Jesus? Since everybody likes to demonize black people and talk shit, let me show you that your God is my God. You worship the same God that I worship. And he's not what you think he is. Let's go. I'm going to show you the stolen legacy of Jesus Christ. Let me show you. And salute to the 7 channel, man. Wonderful channel.
So we have to back up a little bit to deal with Serapis. So when the Greeks took over, the Ptolemies didn't get the respect that the Nasut Biti got. The Nasut Biti was like a Necher-like figure. The Ptolemy was the king, without his military, there was nobody listening to him. And nobody came in the multitudes to listen to him, okay? So he didn't get the same type of respect. So he commissioned the priest, an ancient Kemet, to develop and make him godlike. And so what they did is they took Zeus, they took Asar and Haru, and they mixed it all together with a European face, and they created this new person called Serapis. And Serapis was like their new god. He was the head of the pantheon. And so the king now was under the guise and the rulership of Serapis. And so that became the prototype. Those followers became Coptics. So I want you to understand. So Coptic Christianity came out of this development of Serapis, a amalgamation of the Greek, Roman, and African emperors all mixed into one divinity. And Serapis then became the prototype later for Jesus. Okay, so now, when we're creating Serapis, remember they took existing things that already took. So Zeus, now you understand, they took Zeus was the head of the pantheon, right? But Zeus comes from Ethiopia and has to go back to Ethiopia and be charged every year. They have a big festival. Now that's kind of funny. A god from your nation has to go to another nation to be charged. Okay. Then they took Asar, because you couldn't get rid of Asar. Asar was the great black, the first king, like that. And then they took Haru, higher consciousness, this concept, and all pull it into this one angelic being. Okay, so now they create, and they make him in the image of the white Greeks. So that's the key. There is no image of a white god here like that until this. In Egypt, in Kemet. So now they got a white god who's on parallel with Haru and Asar. So now we convert these Negroes, if I use the expression, you take the Kemet to U and make them into Negroes. Negroes are not born, they are created, like Angel Food Cake and Stephen Fletcher, okay? So you get the idea. So now they've created this whole Negro class, these Coptics now, who are following Serapis. And they began preaching on the corners. They're converting people over. And then there was a division, because as they start during the Nicene Conference, when they were developing the character of Jesus, the Africans had a problem. They said, no, we know this. This ain't true. All of this stuff, y'all just made this stuff up. And so when Constantine asked for a vote on who's going to follow the new teachings, the Africans who rebelled were killed or ostracized. So he would say, okay, raise your hand if you disagree. And everybody who raised their hand, he would send his soldiers, they cut their heads off. So this was a bloody meeting. They don't tell you. You had heads all over the place at the meeting. Then he said, okay, we're going to have another vote. Now, how many of y'all are down for the new program? Okay. And then that's the real division of the Coptic Church. So the Coptic Church now moved into Ethiopia. And so that's why Jesus, everybody got an afro. You know, you got to hold all the saints as black with afros and everything. So the Coptic Church moved into Ethiopia. The Coptic Church started in Egypt. So I need people to understand. Right now, it's the minority in Egypt because of Islam. But the Coptic Church started in Egypt from Serapis and the continuation of that. And then you have the division. So now the Coptic Church became a total separate entity. Then the science stopped. We stopped having pre-scientists at that point. So the modern world doesn't create pre-science the way we did in ancient times. If you look at the pre-scientists in Asia, pre-Christianity and Judaism, the prototype all came from Kemet. So the Shaolin monk is a master in the martial arts, but he's a Buddhist priest. The Buddhist priests that you see in Thailand and all that, all are masters in the art. So it was all one package, the mental, physical, and spiritual. Those 5 domains I talk about were being kind of taught in the Kemetic spiritual system. So as it spread along Southern Asia, all those priests that later became Buddhists and stuff like that kept it intact. Their dress comes directly from Kemet. You know, the one arm out, you know. All of that comes out of ancient Kemet. Okay?
We
So
civilized
I
the
need people
whole
to see that
world.
only when you have the modern day Christians and then Islam comes out of Christianity. That's all right? So they still have the same old, they go by the Old Testament. They still believe in Moses and all of that, you know, they all of that. So I just need people to know. So when people ask like, Fadisa, you're a pre-scientist, but you're doing martial arts. I'm saying no. To develop something and not be able to defend it is like not having it at all. You want to be able to walk through the jungle, walk through the rainforest with no fear, so that I can teach what I need to teach.
So did you hear what that man? And now everything he said was the truth. Dated, history, documented. Everything he said was the truth. Look up the Brother 7 channel. That's fire. History over there. See, I don't try to just teach history. I'm trying to save the modern people as well. Bro, they're killing it over there. Our people, black people, civilized the whole planet. The whole planet. Everybody, everything, except for some of the new modern creations. People better wake up and realize this planet would be terrible without all of it. This planet needs everybody. We need everybody because we are all the same. People just don't want to accept that black people civilized the world, taught, and all God and creation and everything comes from black people. They don't want to understand that. And that's not racism. That's world history. We don't have to sit around talking about, oh, we done build nothing, this and that. All the temples and cathedrals. Let me show y'all something. We didn't build nothing. Bullshit. We built everything. And the sad thing is they stole it from us and destroyed us. Watch this, man. I'm not. Pictures of some Moorish cathedrals built around the world. Well, we're not playing no games, bruh. We're not playing no games, bro. Nigga talking about we didn't build nothing. We built everything. Hold up. We built everything. Those are Mars Temple. Stop playing, man. Hold up. We're going to keep showing you. The popular cathedrals, the Notre Dame and all that shit. Look, we built everything. With energy beacons on there to receive energy and shit, like real hyper technology, super technology, free energy for the people. It was free energy for the people back in those days. They wouldn't dare give you free lights. These motherfuckers charge you $200, $300, $500 a month to give you some light, some power. That shit was free and given out free by African people. Look, Moorish temples built by black people. Moorish temples built by black people. Get your head checked. I've been to a psychiatrist, and guess what he told me? 100% clean bill of health. He said more men need to think like me and the world will be a better place. That's what my therapist told me. My therapist cleared me with 100% clean bill of mental health, and he said more men need to think like me and the world will be a better place. Hand to God. He told my therapist, he said, he recommended, he said, get this man his children. Get this man his children. Bro, y'all don't know nothing about it. Boy, head checked. Man, my head is clear as a motherfucking, clear as a damn windowsill. All I do is drink coffee and smoke cigars. I don't even do drugs and shit. My brain is clear as a windowsill. And guess what? I'm very logical and very knowledgeable. I didn't waste my 40 years of life. I used it building knowledge, building wisdom, building intelligence so I could be ready for this moment of today. I was building my life for this moment right now. So you couldn't lie to us and say, we didn't build nothing, we ain't got nothing, we ain't did nothing. My nigga, shut your mouth. My nigga, shut your mouth. Hold up. Let me paint a better picture. My nigga, shut your mouth. We ain't built nothing. We ain't got nothing. We ain't built nothing. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. We ain't built nothing. Look. Hold up. Can't build anything. Can't produce anything. You're a liar. You're a liar, sir. You're a liar. I'm not from India. I'm a black man. You're a liar, sir. And I'm American. I'm American. And I'm a black man. My mother and my father. And I got European blood in me too. My grandma was a European, beautiful European lady. My mama was half black. My mama is half black and half half European. Bro, ain't no racism in my heart. I'm American. But guess what? You're not gonna lie to my people with your stupid bigotry, trying to spark racial wars and tensions amongst the people. It doesn't work over here. We don't want to fight. We want to hug each other. I want to make love to a white woman. I want to make love to a black woman. I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to fight no white man. I want to play basketball with a white man. I want to play video games with a white man. I want to learn something from a white man. Share some knowledge with him. Share some knowledge with him. So he can be more knowledgeable on some. I could be more knowledgeable on some. No, I'm speaking to the racist bigots because they're promoting racism like we want racism. We as black people do not want no racism. Look.
The Ptolemies didn't get the respect that the Nasut Biti got. The Nasut Biti was like a Nesher-like figure. The Ptolemy was the king, without his military, there was nobody listening to him. And nobody came in the multitudes to listen to him, okay? So he didn't get the same type of respect. So he commissioned the priest in ancient Kemet to develop and make him godlike. And so what they did is they took Zeus, they took Asar and Haru, and they mixed it all together with a European face, and they created this new person called Serapis. And Serapis was like their new god. He was the head of the pantheon. And so the king now was under the guise and the rulership of Serapis. And so that became the prototype. Those followers became Coptics. Ptolemies didn't get the respect.
And that's where Jesus comes from. I'm almost done, y'all. Just give me a few more seconds. And that's where Jesus Christ come from. A false, fake created God, because the king at the time, the Roman king at the time was jealous that he didn't have the pull and power and fame and pull that the other pharaohs at the time had. So he wanted, so he forced his way into into fame. He forced his way into godly. He forced his way into idolatry. He forced people to bow down. He forced people to respect. And when you force somebody to respect you in fear, they never fucking respect you. They only fear you. No, Jesus Christ is fake. But I'm not mad at Christians, because Christian ways are decent because they come from African culture. It's okay. It's good teaching. Some of it's good teachings. But the story itself is a lie. It's just a stolen story so everybody could have their own specific God and feel important. It's a lie. Pure and simple. And I'm not against it. It's done good. Jesus has saved a lot of people. He's helped a lot of people. But it's a lie. So as long as we're understanding that it's not real, then you can believe all you want to believe. But it's up to you to it's up to you or not. But I'm not here to tell people what to believe. I'm not here to tell people what to believe. I'm just here to present the facts. No, Jesus is fake. Jesus was a lie. He did not exist. That's why there's no physical proof of him. There's no stone. There's no statue. There's nothing of Jesus in the world because it's a lie that he didn't exist. It's stolen history it's a fake story that was made up to make them have an importance in God figure when they had no importance in God figure, and they were coming into power in this world. And look, now we're going to talk about the Christian Crusades, because I don't want to do this, but y'all don't understand. You don't understand, so I have to make you understand. Let's hold on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me turn this.
I'm sorry, I can't turn anything off without more information. Please tell me what you would like me to turn off.
No, nothing. I want to have a conversation with you.
I'm ready to talk. What's on your mind?
I wanted to speak about a little bit of history. I want to speak a little bit about history. Can you give me some rough numbers on the amount of deaths that happened around the Christian Crusades?
Historical estimates vary, but the death toll for the Crusades is estimated to be between 1 and 9 million people. The number is difficult to determine because of limited and often biased sources from that time.
That makes a lot of sense, but is that fair to kill somebody in order to turn them into your religious beliefs?
This is a deeply philosophical and ethical question with no single right answer. Many people would argue that it is never fair to kill someone for their religious beliefs. This viewpoint emphasizes the sanctity of life, religious freedom, and the principle that violence is not a legitimate tool for conversion. From this perspective, true faith should be a matter of personal conviction, not coercion. However, others might argue that in certain contexts, actions like those in the Crusades could be justified by the religious and political norms of the time. They might point to the idea of a holy war or the belief that saving souls from damnation, even through violence, was a righteous act. These arguments often hinge on specific theological interpretations and the historical context of the era, where religious and political power were intertwined. Ultimately, modern perspectives on human rights and religious tolerance overwhelmingly condemn killing for the purpose of religious conversion.
Now, thank you for that response. I appreciate that. But let me ask you this. Is he who is just opposing your beliefs?
Generally, most ethical and legal systems today say no. They hold that violence is not a valid way to resolve disagreements or enforce beliefs.
So if that's the case, then it is very unethical and I would say evil for how Christianity was forced onto this planet. What do you agree or not?
Historical events are often complex, and people have different interpretations. Many would agree that the forced conversion and violence that occurred during parts of Christian history, like the Crusades, were unethical and went against the core tenets of love and peace found in the religion itself. Others might argue that these actions were a product of their time, driven by political power and a different understanding of religious duty.
All right, so what is any different to in the modern time when we are dropping bombs on another nation because they have opposing political beliefs?
Military action is sometimes used to achieve political goals, but there are complex ethical and legal debates about its justification. Unlike the Crusades' explicit goal of forced religious conversion, modern conflicts are typically framed by nations in terms of national security, defense, or humanitarian intervention, though they often have political underpinnings.
Do we need to keep going? Do we need to keep going? Do we need to keep going? What's the point I'm trying to make? See, you're about to get blocked, man, because you're only here to distract and deter. You have no understanding. I just proved that your whole faith, that the Christian faith is false, is a farce. What do you mean? What's the point? I just proved that religion and people, so many millions of people have died in the name of religion and keep dying in the name of religion. And now we're getting pushed, and they're trying to push the same bloodshed and pain and agony that they've been pushing to dominate the world. They're trying to push it once again onto the people. No, nobody knows this. You don't know this already. You didn't know that Jesus was fake and stolen story for God, for European people to have a God. You didn't know that. Stop playing with me. You didn't know that. You didn't know Serapis was where Jesus come from. You don't know the bust of Jesus comes from Stephen Bougier. Get your ass off my channel, bro. You about to get blocked, bro. Cause you got down just talking for just to be talking, bro. My whole thing I'm trying to say to my people is, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Smell the coffee. The God that everybody worships is your God. The Lord is made this land for you to dwell and inhabit. But guess what? They're doing everything to make you a heathen and miss out on your position on this earth. Your position is the rightful son of the earth. Don't let nobody push you over the edge and keep making you harm yourself and your women and children. I was gonna show y'all something. You know, I was gonna hold on. Hey man, y'all chill. I was gonna show y'all something, but I'm not gonna show y'all that shit today because I'm not showing nothing negative. We just telling the truth today, man. Let me just get these niggas up out of here, man. This nigga out here, man. Block these niggas off my channel, bro. Get them out of here. What's good? What's good, DZ? Much love and respect, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. I am not here to disrespect nobody's faith. I'm only here to show the truth. Thank you for that gift. Thank you so much for that flower. That's a blessing. Thank you so much for that flower gift. I ain't got one of those before. That was nice. Thank you so much for that flower. I'm not here to disrespect nobody. I'm here to prove and show. Thank you so much for that gift, man. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best to keep it 100. I ain't never gonna lie. Ain't nobody. It ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it lying. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make it in this world lying. You can't make it scared, and you can't make it by lying. And people like this bald head dude, what's his name? Williamson, lying. So they started in 1095, and the end date of the Christian Crusades was 1272. So they killed people for fucking 270 years. They killed people for 270 years to turn this world into a Christian. That's sad. That's fucking sick and sad. Thank you so much for that gift, man. For real. I appreciate y'all. For all my people like who've been oh man, thank you. Times 3 100. Cause we keeping that shit 300 for real. Thank you so much, man. Bless up for the gifts, man. I don't know how those things work, but they're cool as hell. It's like some fake TikTok shit. YouTube trying to do some fake TikTok, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Thank you, little grandma. I appreciate you, man, for showing these haters that it's love out here too, man. And I'm not just promoting no hate. I'm promoting love. We don't want a war. We don't want race war. We want love. White men love black women. Black women love white women. We love each other. We don't want race war. We don't want race war. We want to be left alone. We want to be able to build up businesses to thrive in communities to where we can build up generations of wealth. We want to be able to be left alone. We don't want drugs and alcohol in our communities flooding our minds with bad thoughts. We don't want to be impoverished where there's no money and the people stacked up on top of each other like sardines. We don't want them type of well, some people do want that city life where it's a million niggas. Some people do. Thank you, man. Thank you, little grandma. I appreciate you. For real. No, drugs don't go where they're bought. Drugs are made in the hood and sold by niggas in the hood. Bro, let me tell y'all something. Thank you, little grandma. I do speak the truth, and I appreciate you for recognizing it. I ain't never tried to hurt, harm, or disrespect nobody's creed or culture. I only like facts and data like a robot. I appreciate you, bro. Because the facts and data is what's going to save us. Lying and making shit up is not going to save us. It's only going to hurt us. You know what I mean? So, now, look, let me tell you something. Exactly, David. Look, you get drugs are coming in pure. They're coming in pure. And when they come into America, they go into the hands of a white man. Because the white boys get the best dope and they get it first. Listen, I used to be in them streets. I know. The white boys get the dope and they get it first. And I'm talking about the good dope. Everybody gets dope. But the white boys get the good dope and they get it first. And they're not touching it. They're not cutting it. No, the Mexicans are bringing it. The Mexicans are bringing it. The Hispanic people, they're bringing it. Because not just from Mexico. It's come from all different Hispanic places. They're bringing it. And I ain't talking about that Chinese shit. Fuck them Chinese drugs. They need to go to hell with that shit. Chinese drugs is trash, garbage. That's why everybody's fucking, boy, them Chinese drugs are garbage. They need to go to hell with them Chinese drugs. Fentanyl and all that shit. Go to hell with that. Nobody want that. Niggas want cocaine. Niggas want heroin. Niggas don't want fentanyl. Niggas don't want trank and tranky and all that dumb shit. Niggas don't want that, bruh. No, people are just desperate and pathetic. It probably ain't no money. That shit. If you had some real dope, that'll make some money, bro. If you had some real, now I'm not a drug dealer. Do not promote drug dealing. But I'm saying, if you had some drugs that were untouched and uncut, they would sell faster than some fake drugs that are touched and added with other shit. Straight up. If you had something pure, if I had some food that was pure, we're not talking about drugs. If I had some, because that's an example. If I had some food that was pure, the food is pure is more worthy and more valuable than the food that's been cut down and watered down. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get that shit off the brick. And they, you know what I mean? And bro, and that's the thing. The politicians and government people and all the people like, what's that nigga's son's name? Who had all the coke on the scale? Hunter Biden. I seen Hunter Biden with like 17 grams of crack on the scale before. I seen it with my own eyes. That nigga weighed up like 17 grams of dope on the scale. Then he called his daddy for some money. On the phone, on the video phone. I seen this shit, bro, with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen Hunter Biden weighing 17 point some grams of crack on the scale. Talking about how crack is good and this and that. And you know why they say crack is good? Because they got real crack. They got real crack. Them government niggas got real crack. And then they got them give it to the hood people and it's got them touched on, stepped on, vitamin this and that, whoopty-doop. Yeah, man. Get out of here, man. Fentanyl, all that, bro. Stop playing, bro. That shit's, it's messed up, man. It's pure a game that's set up because the people bringing in the dope understand. It's just like when Trump blew up that boat. You know why Trump was able to blow that boat up? You know why Trump was able to blow that boat up? Because he knew when it was coming in. They knew that bitch was coming in, so they blew that bitch to smithereens. He knew that shit was coming in. So they blew that bitch up. That's the only way you know. How else you gonna blow some shit up if you didn't know it was coming in? That nigga say, we tired of y'all pushing your dope in my country. Boom! Not funny, but good. Stop the dope flow. I don't care about drugs. I don't do drugs, coke and this shit. I don't do drugs. Because if I did drugs, I would be taking money out of my children's mouths. Boy, hell no. Hell no. It's your big homie, Big Bad A, though. I appreciate y'all so much. This is bad business, y'all. We do not want racial problems. Us as everyday citizens, we work amongst each other. We work amongst each other. I love everybody white who I know and work with. I love all my white family. I love all my friends who I went to school with, my homeboys that was white. You know, my ex-girlfriend that was white. You know, a couple of friends and shit that, man, come on, bro. We can't goddamn do this, man. But at the same time, we're not going to forget about history either. Because the truth shall set you free. So we're not going to sit around and let these people lie like we ain't never did nothing, contribute nothing to this earth. We made this world. We civilized this world. Now we've been destroyed and broken. That's not our fault. We do have to rise up now, but boy, we've been fighting wars for generations. Wars. Chicago war, this war, that war, blood war, gang war, Crip war, blood. Like, come on, bro. We know what's going on, bro. They already admitted and said the gangs were made by the government. They already said this. Bloods and Crips were made by the CIA. We already know this. Hell yeah, that war's still going on, bro. That war's going on double time now because they introduced switches 5 years ago. Who brought switches who introduced switches? Stop fucking. Yo, man, I can't deal with none of this shit. They want to talk shit about black people and young men like we're just savages and this and that. Who brought the switches? Who brought the switches in? Stop fucking playing with us, man. Who brought in the switches? Brrr. Man, watch this shit. Watch this shit. I'm gonna get off here after I show y'all this. Y'all better wake up, man. We all gotta wake up, man. I'm thankful y'all been listening tonight. I'm thankful for the ones who stuck around. I appreciate you. Switch on the gun. Man, watch this shit, man.
Automatic, a single pull of the trigger, and I'll do 3 shots as fast as I can. So that's a pull of the trigger each time. And then this again is turning it on fully auto.
Who brought the switches in, man?
What happens when a spacecraft re-enters?
I don't want to hear none of this shit. Yeah, they're using switches. They're killing each other. They're violent, this and that. Who brought switches? Niggas didn't make switches and didn't ever conceive to make a switch. This shit came about 4 years ago and just dumped in the hood. And everybody just started getting Swiss cheese, which vamped up the war. Thank you, bro, for that GG, man. Thank you, bro. That vamped up the war. Turned it all up. And y'all want to say racist shit like, no, yeah, the black people are violent, isn't it? No, we got switches and no money and no opportunity. And your man's is fucking your girl because you're too close together and all that, man. All that. We like sardine cans in the hood. Your girl over here, she go to work. I mean, when he go to work, your girl go outside, poking her ass out the hood, trying to get some. Next thing you know, the niggas fucking your girl while you at work. You come home, nigga run out your back door. Man, that's the hood, man. That's the hood, man. I'm teaching my kids, but the thing is, I could be teaching my kids right, and I could be showing my kids the way, and then I send them out into the world, and your savage child who's listening to music all day, worshiping fake gods, eating fake foods, and practicing evil culture will kill my child. Your child will beat my child up. Your child's gonna rob my child. I don't see, man, it already done happened. My child already got into a fight with little kids at daycare and dumb shit like that. Fucking little hating kids. Or always want to fight and shit. Because that's how this world works. When somebody can't beat you, when they can't beat you, they want to beat you up. You know, it's just a sad world, bro. Niggas is feeling inadequate. They want to destroy you. They don't want to help you. They don't want to ask you, how did you get so good, man? What do I need to do? They want to secretly size you up and hate. That's this world we live in. A bunch of weak cowards. And that's why these cowards are doing everything to destroy, and they want to destroy and have a war against people, because they know if they keep going at the rate you can't oppress people and do people wrong for so long. Talking about this the last for this republic and all that. So I thought, what about the economy? Hold the fuck up. What about the economy? What about the failed economy? What about the broken financial system? What about inflation on food? What about inflation on gas? What about inflation on everything? What about the high rent? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Race? What the hell are you talking about? What about rent? What about food? What about jobs? What about them jobs Donald Trump was talking about? They're taking your jobs. They're taking your jobs. Taking your jobs. Black people, they're taking your jobs. He wasn't lying. But guess what? What about the jobs anymore, Trump? Where my job at? You said they're taking the jobs. Where the jobs at? How many jobs you adding? And y'all know how when the president keeps saying we added this amount of 100,000 jobs to the since I was president, I added 200,000 jobs. You know why? Because that, like I told y'all yesterday, there's not enough jobs for nobody to make it in the city, in the system. There's not enough jobs for you to make it in the cities. There's more people in every city than there's jobs. So that means everybody in the city is going to depend on the people who are working to keep the city going, or they're going to depend on underground markets like drug market, underground markets like sex trade, underground markets like prostitution and things like that. They're going to depend on things like that. That's the only way to make money if you don't have a job, is the underground market. You could sell candy, you could sell icy cups, you could sell food, you could make plates, you could do this. But no matter what, if you don't have a job, you have to make a job. And like I told you and showed y'all yesterday, go check my live out. There's not enough jobs in no city for none of us to survive. And no job in the world you can retire off of. You can't retire off any job. Every job you work at, you got to keep working or else you won't make it. So what are we doing here, y'all? Are we really getting pushed into something that's pointless? Or should we stay focused on the task and try to worry about making America great again? I thought they were talking about making America great again. What about that? Y'all talking about racial problems and shit. Damn. That's not right. Last time I checked, this ain't a racial thing. This is an American problem. But it always is racial to them because they were about protecting their lineage. So let's let these horses keep talking and we're going to keep listening. I appreciate y'all so much. It's your big homie, Big Bad A. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for rocking. Thank y'all for understanding that everybody's not a liar and everybody's not this and that and everybody's not evil and everybody don't want hate. Everybody don't want war. We don't want problems. We want peace. We want love. We've been through so much war. I've seen so many people die. I've seen so many people get beat up. I've seen so much pain. I want to see love. I want to see families. I want to see relationships. I want to see children being made, children being raised. That's what I want to see. I want to see families stick together. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see warfare and chaos and confusion. But the powers that be, they're promoting chaos, confusion, and war amongst the people. They're promoting creating an army amongst the people. What about the United Military? What about the U.S. military? We have an army already. What type of army are you preaching of? Miller, Mr. Miller? Stop promoting your bigotry, man, and promote love, peace, and your Jesus Christ, what he really teaches. Because your Jesus Christ promotes peace, love, and acceptance, and turn the other cheek. Just like the wife said, she forgave the dude. Why don't y'all forgive yourselves for what you've done and repent of your sins? It's your big homie, Big Bad A. Let's go.